The oldest of 5 children, he often assumed the role as a parent. He was always a good example to me and my brothers, my sister. He was always a good kid and our mother's favorite. Sometimes I can understand how the brothers of Jesus felt. It's hard to be the brothers. We didn't attend church very often. Our family, the extended family, were a family of lost people. We had one uncle and his family that were Christians. When Darrell was a teen, he was working at W.T. Grant store at Lakewood Shopping Center. And one day a lady came into the store. Darrell was working in the shoe department. The lady did a beeline to Darrell, asked him in a loud voice if she could pray for him. Embarrassed and red-faced, he said yes. And she did so, in a very loud voice, with half the store looking at him. She asked the Lord to save him and to use him. Darrell broke away and ran to the back of the store. He was very angry, embarrassed, but the seed was planted. Darrell and Linda were married in 1964. Linda had been saved as a young girl. Darrell's brother and sister-in-law invited him to Macon Drive Baptist Church with them. Shortly after attending Macon Drive, Darrell got under conviction. He pulled up at his apartment one day in his red Volkswagen. He bowed his head and asked the Lord to save him. The first person he witnessed to was me. Later, my girlfriend, now my wife, Gloria, we went to Macon Drive Baptist Church with him. I got under conviction and went to Darrell and told him I couldn't leave. Hey. He first thought there were thugs outside waiting. And I told him, no, I just need to get saved. And I got saved that night. Darrell then witnessed to all my brothers and my sister, my mom and dad, and my grandparents. As a result, all were saved. He then went to my uncles, aunts, and cousins, and as a result, most today are saved. Darrell was called a preacher. At the time, he worked for the highway department, and he received a lot of days, paid days off. He would use these days when he and Linda would go all over the state, and he would preach. He was active in church, doing whatever was needed. He was very involved in street preaching. As a result, a lot of people were saved. I remember him always taking some alcoholic to a home in North Georgia to get off of alcohol. In 1969, Darrell was called to be the pastor of Kenwood. Gloria and I had an infant daughter at the time. Gloria and I moved our litter to Kenwood when he became the pastor. The Lord used Darrell and Linda in amazing ways. Scores of souls were saved. His ministry included putting families together that were having problems and even divorced. Kenwood grew very fast. A local newspaper wrote an article about his ministry, and he was named an up-and-coming new minister. He and Linda was always helping someone. They were never too busy. It was never inconvenient. People don't forget when they receive help like that. As a result, when he had his heart attack, I was amazed at how many people rushed to the hospital. There were a lot of people calling from out of state and sending emails. The Lord gave him a miracle and healed him. There were a lot of miracle healings at Kenwood. Some I remember were Nona Butler. Had prayed for her at the altar and healed her before she got up from the altar. I remember the healing of Mrs. Carter. She had leukemia and wasn't expected to live. She's doing fine today. My mother was healed of cancer. It was at home. Darrell and another preacher prayed for my mother, and the cancer burst open as they prayed for her. It was confirmed by the doctor that she was cancer-free. Kenwood has been a miracle-believing church. By the way, the lady with the loud voice at W.T. Grant, she visited Kenwood. She didn't recognize Darrell, but when he told her he was the one she prayed for, she got Pentecostal. In 1977, Darrell was called to take a church in Virginia. Without hesitation, he moved his family to Virginia. At that church was a family named Bill and Connie Stanley. When Darrell came back, the pastor came with him needed too. The church went through a strong growing spurt. Darrell called me one night and asked me if I would go to him to check on the elderly man. When we arrived, the man had been in bed and couldn't get up. He had had a stroke. He had soiled himself from being in bed so long. I was amazed to see Darrell bathe the man off. I thought, that is compassion. But that's Darrell. In 1997, Darrell was called to be an evangelist. Since then, he's preached in several countries and a lot of states. The Lord has used Darrell in London to reach us 4 people. They have been a very heavy influence on me and my entire family. Everyone that really knows them knows they are God's saints. They have been open to God's will in every part of their lives. For my family, I want to say thank you. We love you.